Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a process video for you today. This is day 9 of Note to Self from Bythewell4God. This day was written by Lenora. She is Lenora Loves to Journal on Instagram. If you are not following her, I suggest you do that. She creates the most beautiful scenes in her Bible. And so to kind of honor that, I want to kind of try to create a scene here, which I cannot do what Lenora does. So what I am going to do is take advantage of this beautiful pattern paper that coordinates with the kit, and I'm going to use that over here on this left side. And that just kind of, this little stationary scene here, just kind of reminds me of Lenora. As I've been working through this book, I've kind of been trying to keep the writers of each day in mind as I was working on the devotional. I haven't always talked about that as I was kind of working, but I have done that the last few days, and I've gotten several comments from people that they're enjoying that. So a lot of the decision making that I am doing today is because of, Lenora's style. I cannot do, like I said, I just can't do what Lenora can do. She has just an amazing gift. It's so incredible to me how each person on the creative team is so different and so talented, and they all have their own unique things that they bring to the table, and I love that so much. And I have a special place in my heart for Lenora because a couple years ago, if you were following Bythewell4God back then in 2020, they did the creative team at the time also wrote that devotional in January. It was called 2020 Vision. And I remember I was reading the day that Lenora had written, and I was in a parking lot, and I was waiting for my nephew, and I just was crying. I mean, her page just really spoke to me at that time. And so I reached out to her on Instagram, and she was just so kind and so encouraging to me. And so at a time I was just having a hard time. And so I just love that about all of the creative team. You can reach out to them and they will pray for you. And they are just such a good group. And so I can't really say enough about them. It's such a privilege to be on this team. But anyway, while I was babbling on there for a second, I glued down that paper. I left that right side as a kind of pocket, and I'm using this file folder here to create a little like mini book. And I just used a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and the thread that came with my Build-A-Book kit, and I just sewed that in. It's not a hard stitch. I've done it before a bunch on my channel. It's a really easy stitch to do. It's going to be sturdy. At the same time, I was only sewing in like one page, so it didn't need a lot of heft or anything to it. So now I'm just kind of rehearsing kind of where I want these pieces. I have my little file folder that needs to be dressed up a little bit. And so I have these pieces that I have fussy cut out Lenora style, and I'm going to just kind of glue these down on the front here. I wanted to just add a little bit of interest to this little file folder, so I'm gonna I went ahead and distressed the edges of all of that. That just kind of helps hide some of the areas where maybe I didn't cut it out very well. And then I'm gonna glue down this pencil and this this looks like a marker, like the big brush marker, and then these cute little scissors here that I did cut out to go with this. Lenora likes to fussy cut things, so she always cuts off the white of everything. I don't always do that, but there's a few girls on the creative team that do. For me, it just kind of depends, but anyway, that is beside the point. And then I have these. This is the sticker that came with the kit. I just want to add this to the front here because I want to kind of put something up in that top right hand corner. And so I stuck this down and realized it was going to go over the top of that marker. So I'm just going to kind of gently, very gently peel up the edge of that and then tuck this little sticker back behind there. I needed to add some more glue there. I'm just going to hold that down because I bent that that little ephemera piece a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my Sharpie pen here and write Psalm 71. Lenora encouraged us to read that entire psalm, and so I went ahead and just wrote it out. It was very encouraging, so I wanted to include it on this day, so I just wrote out the whole thing. That's what's inside my little file folder there, along with all of the other scriptures and references that she has and some notes from this day. And this flashcard that says all things. This is kind of her focus verse in Philippians 4:11-13. And so I wanted to kind of pull this out and keep it separate. So I'm actually going to put that here. And I want to add this little red pencil, but it's too long to go across my flashcard. So I'm going to do a little bit of surgery here and shorten my pencil. So I just cut it in half, and I'm going to adhere this first piece, and then I'm just lining up all of the lines and just kind of overlapping the two pieces. And then I'm just gonna, there was like a little piece of the clear sticker paper kind of sticking off the edges. I just trimmed that down, and that just makes a little pencil that fits perfectly there. And I didn't like how it was just kind of a little bit darker in that one area. You really may not be able to notice it, but I will, so that will drive me crazy. And so I just cut out a little heart from some of the pattern paper. And this actually made me think of Lenora too, because she always has cute little details for you to kind of discover when you're looking at her pages. So I'm just going to glue this little heart, this little wonky heart, right over that section where the seam is, and no one will ever know. So, and then I'm going to use the rest of that little scrap of paper as a backer for the picture of Lenora, and then I'm going to glue that over there on the left side. I knew kind of going into this page after I glued that one side down that I really wanted the title to be on that little piece of paper that's kind of coming out of the envelope. So I'm going to put the title of this day, which is To My Younger Self with a Twist, on that paper. So I'm kind of trying to leave myself room to do that, and then also get Lenora's little picture over here. So, and it just, if you haven't followed all of the creative team or whatever, you can go to the Bythewell4God Instagram page, and there is a post on there that has all of our little character pictures and links to everybody, so you can follow everybody if you're not already. I'm sure you probably are, but so anyway, I'm just going to glue Lenora's little picture down here in this bottom left page. I put just glue right in the middle because I thought I might want to add something behind there. And then I'm taking a Sharpie pen, and I'm just writing out the title. I had thought about using alpha stickers and everything, but I just, one of the things that Lenora always includes in her pages is like a handwritten prayer or note or something. It's usually on a tag. So I just kind of wanted to have that handwritten. And then I felt like my little craft paper here needed just a little bit more excitement. So I am going to use the Noteworthy Florals stamp. I love this stamp set so much. And I'm stamping this in Distress Oxide and Candied Apple. This is actually a really bright red, but because I'm stamping it on the craft cardstock, it actually kind of tones it down some. So I just stamped it. I'm holding it down here for a second, just making sure that I have a really good image, and then I just peeled it up, and it worked much better than I was expecting. So I was excited for that. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted to add more across the top, but I think I'm just decided to just leave it in that one top right hand corner, and then tucking everything back inside my little pocket, and that will pretty much do it for this page. So if you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. That helps other people find my channel. And until next time, bye.